Yeah, okay.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Live Reality Games podcast. We are here again talking about Canberra Survivor Season 1, Episode 2. Um, hello Vince, how are we?
Hi, Josh. How are you?
I'm good. We also have our second boot here with us, Janine. Um, Slayed too early. Sad to see you here, but excited to see you here as well because I really wanted to talk to you about your time on Canberra Survivor.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Josh. Hi, Vince.
Hi.
Happy to be
Hi,
here.
Janine. Can we just say we're like totally Stan Janine team in here? Like
Yeah.
when you first appear in the first
Queen
moment,
Janine.
yeah, when you did a tug of war, we were like yelling like Janine, Janine.
I know. I was quite
Instant
proud
fan
of my
favorite.
tug of war. Really quite proud. What I regret actually with the tug of war was I should have watched what was that Netflix Squid Games before I did this Survivor. I would have got the method right. But anyway,
But you should have won it regardless.
I know. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. How was your your whole experience? Like, how was like the production? How was like your whole experience over the weekend that you got to see anyway?
Yeah, it was amazing. I got to admit, I was very nervous coming into it thinking, oh, I don't really want to do this. It was exciting the same time to do it. But yeah, to see all the production and everything that was involved in the filming of it, all the lead up to it was amazing. So I had a really good time. Disappointing, very sad I had to leave early. And I actually didn't really leave early. I stayed there for most of the time. I didn't want to go. But it was good.
Janine, can I ask you what's your experience with Survivor? Like, were you a fan or do you know someone in the production? How do you get into Survivor Canberra?
So I've watched the TV Survivors.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't watched any of the Melbourne Survivors, the Backyard Survivors. I hadn't watched them till after I'd done the show, and I regret that. I wish I watched it before. But I do know a member of the cast, the actual host, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked with Daniel in the past, and he needed someone to fill in to help out on because they had a couple of people that had pulled out with COVID and being sick because they come from Sydney and Melbourne and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I helped Dan out. So, yeah.
Would you consider playing Melbourne Survivor now that you watch it?
Would I consider playing it?
Melbourne Survivor?
Oh, 100%. I am
Okay.
itching to play it again. And I've even said, Dan, I'm coming back as an all-star because I'm going to kill it.
Yes.
Honestly, I need my time again to revenge my death.
Yes, Janine. Screw that.
And I'm going to say Rose killed me. Okay? Purely just Rose. I'm not blaming the boys. I'm blaming Rose.
Oh, okay.
What happened there, though? Like, what actually happened? Because, like, we didn't see your name at all until as the vote was happening.
Well, two things that happened. Alex, who was we were in alliance. Alex and I were a team. We had set up as being a team right from the start. We said to each other, we'll never vote each other out. We'll stick together as a team because we were both naive women, not knowing what's going on. Mm-hmm. And we decided that. But Alex, who didn't know really the running of how it works, when you find a immunity idol, you don't play it at the start of the tribal council. You play it right before they do the votes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they were all decided to vote out Alex, but unfortunately, Alex revealed her idol too soon. So then, of course, when she did it too soon, Rose turned around and mouthed the words Janine. And, of course, you got the Brad and the Dom and the Jeremy all listened to Rose and then put my name. And they really should have put Rose's name down. Because she was
I'm actually, I'm surprised that they listened to her. Like, how did that's why, like, I'm amazed that you're gone. Like, I'm just like, okay, Rose is gone. Like, that makes sense. And then for some reason they listened And I just don't understand. I guess we'll find out in future episodes of this when we
Exactly
talk about
right.
it, because it's a massive, like, as much as I like you're gone, but like I feel like it's a massive shift in the tribe, and like everything's just going to change from this point, where you could see it sort of happening where you would be with the guys, and then that's how it would work out. But like, it's not going to work out now. So
No, because originally that I was in with Rose and Jeremy as alliance, because when they first started on the first episode, they went off and got a drink at the well, whatever they call it, the well. And they sort of said an alliance, and we'd set Rose off to try and infiltrate their team. But obviously she did, and then joined up with them. So I don't know whether Rose was very sneaky in getting the trust of the boys. Hey, Ashton. Yeah. But I saw in the voting, which was interesting, Brad, he was like swearing, going, what do I do? What do I do? So he didn't know whether to put my name down or Rose's name down. But yeah, so I see it was just a spur of the moment thing. But I'm not holding grudge.
both of these tribals, like the Blue Tribe has been possibly the messiest like live reality games tribe ever in Australia, I would say. I can't think of any other sort of messier tribe other than Backyard Survivor last season. But like it was so messy. You couldn't pinpoint anything.
But we were sort of, if you looked at us, we were a strong tribe. And, you know, even with the challenges, we should have won them. I mean, come on, charades. You know, we should have won the charades. Now, I'm going to blame Dom on that, being a sea lion. It's not that hard. Come on. We should have won these games. And what was the other activity? Oh, throwing the ball in the hoop. I got 2 of them in. So I'm like, someone else is not going strong. But, yeah, it was just unlucky. Unlucky that we lost the 2 challenges that put 2 of us in tribal council.
Yes,
we were
I agree with you, Janine. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys should have won that one.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm still baffled by how this whole went down this episode. Like the whole like scramble of things just seemed not to actually like pan out, I guess. But yeah. How would you if you could play again with the same sort of tribe, as messy as it is, how do you think you'd play differently, or do you think you'd like look at other people? Or
I would have played differently. Now I understand a bit more of getting alliances straight away. I would have played differently. So it was interesting, even before the game actually started, we're in a whole circle, all these people that we didn't know each other. And some people were talking and, you know, went up and said, I'll have a look at my swag. But what they were really doing was setting up alliances, even before they were put into teams. It all started at 7 a.m. You know, it was as soon as you got there, it started. I was naive and said that I knew Jeremy because we went to a card night together, a games night a year ago. That was it. But we weren't in alliance, but stupid me saying it. They all thought that I was in alliance with Jeremy, and I wasn't. So I sort of put a dagger over his head, you know, because he nearly got voted out on the first round, and I think that was because of me saying that I knew him. But yeah, I would have been a bit more smarter if I'd had my time again, and I would have been more in control into getting into alliances. So when they all said, let's get water, we go to the water well, I should have been in that group. I should have gone off and said, yes, I need water. But being gone, maybe, I don't know. I was like, oh, they're all gone. What's going on?
Don't worry, I made the same mistake.
Did you?
It's fine. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I should have went to the toilet.
That's why I want to do it again. I want to play
Janine, can I ask you a question? According to Aston, who said on the first episode, he said that you specifically told people that you and Jeremy had a pre-game alliance. Is it because they misinterpreted it?
I think he just assumed we had alliance. We'd never had an alliance. I just said, Jeremy, I know you. Thank God you're on my team when they chose the red and the blue thing, because we knew each other from this games night. But, you know, Ashton was cluey. He knew who people were. He knew the Emily had been in Melbourne Survivor and was number 4 or whatever. And he knew Keegan. He knew a lot of people. He'd been watching these shows he's a long time Survivor person watching. He knew everything. And he sort of ran the show too, I reckon. I love Ashland. Ashland, if you're listening. But he was in it. He knew what's going on, but I wasn't in an alliance. I'm telling you now, I was never in an alliance with Germany. I should have been, but I wasn't.
Janine, you also mentioned that you were alliance with Alex because there's a show bonding there. Has she told you she found the idol beforehand or no?
No, and it was interesting when I watched the episode with the voting and they interviewed me at the end. I thought, damn it, I knew Alex must have voted me out because she didn't talk to me. We talk together to find out who we were going to vote for because we did vote for Dom in the first round, even though I didn't admit it, but I did, Dom. She admitted it. I just shut up. I'm going, I'm not going to hurt your feelings. But we did have an alliance, so I just assumed that she voted for me because she didn't talk to me for the last 10 minutes before the voting. And I thought it wasn't that. It was because she had the immunity idol and she was nervous on how to play it. So, sorry, Alex. Still love you.
As you were leaving, who did you think would be like next voted out? Like, what was your without spoilers, don't tell me who's next voted out, but as you were leaving, who did you feel like was in trouble?
So in our blue team?
Yeah. Who did you feel like was in trouble for the next vote?
I thought it would be Alex.
Okay,
I'd love it to be Rose. But I really thought the boys were listening to what Rose was saying, and they were listening to what she was saying and doing what he says and like what she says. So, but I think it was Alex. I think Alex was a bit like me, a bit naive. We weren't understanding what was going on.
Is it true that Alex wants to leave the game because she's feeling tired? Because that's what Aston told us in the confession.
Yeah. She was more of not understanding of how the game was played. So like when she found the clue, she didn't know how to find the idol, even though we were hunting for the idol everywhere. They didn't have that film. We were hunting everywhere and she found it near the water well, whatever they call it. I think she was definitely going to be because she wasn't understanding the show. Maybe tired. She didn't say that to me. I didn't want Alex to go because she was my alliance. We could have kept it right to the end. But so that's why the vote, if she never had played the idol, the vote was going to go to Alex. Or if she never played or found it, the vote was on Alex, I think. But I think she was tired too. She did, yeah.
Were you open to vote Alex out? You're planning to vote? No.
I never wrote the word Alex on my thing at all.
So who were you planning to vote out when you go in? Rose in that tribal. Okay. Yeah.
So my first vote when I originally did it, like in episode 1, I was Jeremy, and then the second one was Rose. I said I'll never vote Alex out, and I wouldn't. I was loyal.
Were you there when were you in tune that Rose said your name in the tribal council? Like
No.
Okay, no.
I didn't see that until I watched the episode. And then
it's
like, so I'm sitting on the seat, turned to her a bit, and she's sitting on the bench seat with the boys, mouthing my name, saying Janine, like mouthing it, not saying it. I didn't see any of that, or else I would have stood up and said, no.
And the reason you didn't say it because you think everyone's going to vote for Rose, because that's the initial plan. The second
that's
name.
Right. We had Ashton had decided that the plan B was that we were voting Rose. So that's why I voted Rose. But unfortunately, Alex had played her immunity idol too early.
Yeah. Would you at the point would you say like, Alex, can you play it for me because she's not going to get any votes because no one's going to vote for her because people presume she would play it for herself. Did that cross your mind?
No, it didn't cross my mind. I would have loved to had crossed my mind. But then I didn't even know, like when she played the idol was even before the votes were done. So I didn't even know my name was even an option.
Yeah.
It shocked me when it said first vote Janine. It's like, what? Yeah. I had no idea. If I had an idea, I would have said to her, can you use the idol for me? But yeah. Didn't know.
What's the feeling of being blindsided? Like, was it like it would have been a shock? Yeah, like I haven't. That hasn't happened to me. But like, what's the feeling of being blindsided?
I was, and it felt hurt. And it was interesting because my bag was still over there at the camp, and I refused to go back to get it. So the production lady had to go back and get it, and I said, "Tell them they can all get stuff." I don't know. I was sad to have been blindsided, but I know it's part of the game. I love them all.
Did you have anything you want to say to anyone that may be watching, or
no?
Any questions for us or anything?
No, I think I wish them all luck. As I said, I don't know what the future episodes hold to find out who won or what happens next. So I wish them all luck. I really hope that Ashton wins. He's my favourite. He's my guy. So, yeah, look, it was just disappointing that we lost the first 2 rounds, and I hope they win some, or even when they merge, I hope they do win some challenges.
Janine, can I ask you, who did another tribe, the Red Tribe, who do you vibe with? Who do you want to work with but don't have the chance?
Oh, on the other tribe?
Yeah, the other tribe.
Oh, Kayleen, hands down. Look, I'm not saying that she's a elderly person as myself, since Rose calls me old twice, mind you. But Kayleen, I think I would have clicked with her. I think we would have been a great team. Yeah.
Alrighty. We will probably get on to the episode recap now. But thanks for joining us, Janine. I'll let you go back and eat your dinner if you haven't eaten it yet.
Thank you.
We'll hope to see you in the backyard or Melbourne Survivor.
Yeah. I'm hoping. I'm going to encourage Daniel, is and Olivia to one day do an all-star Survivor, and hopefully I'll come back for that.
Yes,
I want to see you back.
Yeah, we want to see you. I think there's a lot of potential in you. Yes,
you've learnt the game now. You're ready to go. We're ready to see you play.
I've watched every episode, as I said, the Melbourne, the backyard. I know what a meat shield is. I know everything. Know what rocks mean now. I didn't know what rocks was before, so now I know everything.
I'm glad that this whole experience kind of enhanced your Survivor viewing experience. Because being second boot or second person now, you feel don't want to care that much. But now I feel like you're totally invested in it, which is really good.
100% invested and had a fantastic time. So it was really good. So if anyone gets a chance when they advertise it again, apply for it, because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we will do.
Janine.
All right.
Thanks, Janine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
You can just. Yep, cool. All right.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's fine. Also, sorry we're a bit late today. We had some technical issues.
This time is my internet's really not working, so I have to go on my work workstation and do on my work. So hopefully no one's from work know this. But yeah, I have to do 2 devices because I'm locked in my own laptop, so I have to use that, and then I have to use my work for the actual speaking. But yeah, we're gonna do a recap now. And thanks for Janine. It was a really great sort of a brief recap and her insight into the game as well, which is we don't get that in sort of if I make because there's so little time or there's not enough people for filming confessional and stuff. So it's really great that we can see, and I love to see her passion for the game afterwards. Because some people will be like, oh nah, that's it, one and done. And she's really invested in it, and I really hope to see her again in Canberra Survivor or backyard or Melbourne.
Yes, I'm looking forward to see her play again as well. She definitely at the start of the game after winning the tug of war and actually making her way into the men's alliance was actually really good gameplay. Like regardless of if she knew what she was doing or not, like it actually worked out quite well for her. But yeah, I guess we should talk about the episode.
Yes.
We see a bit of the fallout essentially from the Blue Tribes Tribal Council.
Mm-hmm.
With Dom reacting to getting a couple of votes, with Jeremy scraping through,
Mm-hmm.
with this, like scraping through that tribal, which was crazy. I still can't believe that first tribal was 2-3-3. I still think it was like ridiculously messy. But anyway,
It is. I feel like
it's so messy. It makes no sense.
Really messy for first tribal. And there's not a good start, which kind of evident in the second challenge, and the second kind of tribal as well.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it's like last minute. The whole Janine vote, it's really last minute. So it's like, but obviously the idol comes into play. So we can get a start. Okay, but apart from the fallout, Rosemary had a chat with Jeremy, which is a good move. I think that's what standard thing you should do. You vote out someone, you vote someone in time, you have to go fix that bridge. Which you did.
Exactly.
Good job.
Yeah.
And what else is sorry, I'm just having
no, it's okay. Essentially Aston starts getting in trouble for what happened at the last tribal council, even though that's something I've noticed as well. Like people were noticing that Aston was actually the one who did the move, which in the first episode didn't look like that actually was the case. It actually looked like Brad was the one that was going to be in trouble for this move. But it actually turned out to be Aston, which really surprised me. It really meant because Rose picked up on that straight away. Like we know Rose personally. I know Rose is a very strategic player, and she's picked up on that like ASAP. Which is really good gameplay from her. However, her voting Jeremy and then re-voting Jeremy really put her on the outs because he's not the one who went home. So it does force her to end up being a target this time around for the next tribal council, which is a downfall. But in saying that, though, at least she knows what's happening. Like she can understand everything that's happening.
Aston also painted himself really pretty good sort of target, like people know he's in charge. So so I'm really looking forward how he progress in the future, because once you have that sort of target, it's like mastermind target, it's really hard to shake off, or like because people will come after you time and time and again. So it's going to be harder for you to get to the end. So I'm really looking forward to see how he navigates in sort of the swap and the merge period.
And that's something I see from Brad. Like Brad, I really thought Brad was going to be this person that was always going to be the target, but was able to like still work his way through the game. But it actually seems like he won't be the target at any point moving forward. Like he's never going to be a name moving forward. And yeah, it's looking really good for him.
I think he's the one like who sort of fly under the radar, because you got Aston who's like the king, and then you got Jeremy, his name's already out there, and then you got Brad who's just like sitting in a nice, and Rose, her name's out there too, and then Alex is people have been saying like she doesn't know the game, she wants to go home, and then he's like probably the only one in this such a good position that no one's gonna look like target him in any time.
Yeah, he's like, to be honest, he's like the only one in that tribe that hasn't had like some type of like heat now. Because Rose has had heat, Alex has had heat, Aston is now got heat due to the fact that people think he was the mastermind behind the first vote, which he was. And Dom is Dom.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Dom, but yeah, Dom is
Dom is Dom. Dom is Dom. Like he's gonna bring himself. He's gonna bring heat to himself just with his personality.
He already did. His name's already popped up in the first tribal. So
exactly. Yeah. The fact that everyone has nearly been like in trouble was crazy already, considering it's only been 2 votes. That tribe is ridiculously messy, and I love it, but then I also hate it. Like I hate it because why do I hate it? I hate it because like from like a player aspect, playing in that would just be horrendous. You'd have no idea what's happening. Like you could go at the flick of the switch like Janine just did for no reason, just because somebody said your name at tribal. And I don't like that sort of thing when players are just like jumping at the gun, where they're just like, okay, no worries, let's do that, like, and not thinking about it. Like, what were the repercussions? Like, what were the repercussions of Janine going now? Number one, I think it means Rose is out of the line for a couple of votes now. I think she's safe for a couple of votes now due to that fact that she was able to pull that name out.
No,
right?
I don't think so, because I think
No,
she'll be the target next if they go to tribal next. If it's a swap, then she'll be safe because she's gonna flip.
Yeah, but you've still got Alex. Alex is definitely next target, but then also Rose has also pinned Ashton as a potential target moving forward as well. So I feel like the only person that really benefited there to take out Janine was Rose. And she did it. I do play for fun, but fun is not chaos. There's a difference.
We all know Josh flipped back on his definition of fun numerous times, so let's not get into that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, I think, like, blindsides and stuff, yeah, I get it. But like when you just have one person's name at the tribal council, you just say vote this person, like, not fun.
Can I also, I don't know why were they planning to vote for Janine regardless whatever Rosemary said on the tribal, because I'm not too sure whether they are planning to vote for Janine, because then it just feel like you being told what to do instead of you come up with decisions to vote Janine. Like I would, when we have the chance, we want to maybe I would ask if one of them come up with it. Like, what's the decisions behind voting for Janine? Because it's not clear whether it's been discussed that if Alex plays her idol, it's Janine, or is it because Rose just said Janine and everyone just like, okay, you're right, let's jump on it.
It's possible it was spoken about, but with like the limited crew that they had for this season, like there was actually just no footage to even edit it in. It's possible. It's just something I guess we'll never know unless the players come forward. But yeah. But it was interesting though. Like, it was like a shock. I wasn't like, wow, There you go. Aston's just wrote something for us.
Okay. Do you want to read that?
Yeah. The other boys just folded to Rose's will. I wanted to vote out Rose, but gauging by everyone else's reaction, it seemed obvious that the votes were against Janine. So, yeah, Rose somehow, and this is why, like, later on I want to talk a bit more about her, she somehow got her way. I have no bloody idea how that happened and how they allowed that to happen, considering that she was a target. Like, I'm just very confused. So I don't know if Dom and Brad were like, oh, okay, let's just do this because I know that's happening, So yeah, it's really confusing to me. I just don't understand it, and like I definitely wouldn't vote with what Rose said. I would vote Rose at that spot personally.
Yeah, if I have to wait out the option, I would vote Rose because obviously she's more like Janine in this game. She probably doesn't know as much. Well, Rose, she's like she's a super fan. You be like, okay, she's a bigger threat down the road. Janine, I can talk to. We can work together, and I don't need to sort of being careful with Janine at that point. So Rose is more the bigger target. So she really solidified her relationship with Jeremy, and maybe after the vote out, she really make Jeremy want to work with her and sort of Janine.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Janine has a sort of power relationship as well. So so incredible for Rose to make that happen.
Yeah, but you can notice it as well. Like, it's just not like nobody knows who Rose is, so you don't know if she's played this game much or whatever. But you can even just tell in like how she comes across when she speaks to people as well in the game. You could tell that she's like at least had some practice with it, or like knows how to do it, or understands what Survivor is. Like, unlike Janine and Alex, who like pretty much only watched like a couple of episodes on TV before they went out and played this game. Like, as we've seen, Alex finds the idol, but then plays it before the vote to get the names off her. Like, that would have been very smart to get the names off her and then not play her idol. But yeah,
No, if you
Rose
want to
was
do
like,
that, don't play it. But if you want to do
yeah,
that,
exactly, yeah. But Rose was like super obvious, like a super obvious player for sure.
Let me just get through all the blue tribe, then we can jump on red tribe as like sort of the ending. With Alex, when they lose the challenge, do you want to talk briefly about the challenge, or you want to jump to the red? Sorry,
the challenge was very like challenge, I guess. Like
it was fun.
Yeah. Like it was a very like basic sort of like puzzle and like throwing challenge like that you see.
And that's
in
the
a lot
one
of like
that
Survivors.
being featured in Survivor 41, where they have the triangle thing.
I actually know that one, but I actually know that one myself. I know how to like do it in like a second.
Hopefully they're gonna retire.
As soon as I saw that, I'm just like, I'll do that in 1 second. Like, you know, I know that puzzle off by heart. But yeah, I like seeing puzzles that are like recreated from the show into like live games. I think that's what I like watching them because I know them. But yeah, I enjoyed the challenge.
Wish it could be a little bit bigger, because
I wish the circle was further away. Yeah,
and a little bit bigger than like maybe a little. Oh, I don't know how. Like I'm just saying a little bit bigger because then you can see it.
Or throwing like a beanbag onto like a small pedestal, or you know something like that, like something that was like risen off the ground. Like that's what I would. That if I was to change that challenge, that's what I would have done.
Yeah, and then I would like put one people because I feel like there's only one people kind of puzzle instead of two.
Yeah.
And I personally I know how hard it is to throw a ball into in the ring. So I feel like everyone did the best they could. It is a learning curve, and you know how people took some time to get it. It's not that easy to throw balls into a ring.
Yeah.
So yes.
And that's a thing, like, you know, like all these seasons, like all these first seasons, Keegan and me on the same level with that puzzle. All of these like seasons and stuff like that will only get better over time as well. Like, you know, throughout this season it will even get better. Like with challenges and stuff like that, they'll tweak stuff to make it better. But then also like second season will be better. And then so on and so forth. Like once you get the hang of it and once you get like the feedback, you'll just jump up.
Okay, do you want to go to the blue? Do you want to finish the blue tribe?
Yeah, I just want to
I want to mention the Alex idol because she found a clue, and then we then shown that idol in that trunk, and then we have no idea that she got it or not.
Yeah.
It was fun editing. I like it.
Yeah, it's good editing. Obviously, there wasn't the scene of her finding the idol. Obviously,
you know what? I would wish that this hand grab it. I feel like that would enhance the editing.
Yeah. Like
I feel like that would be like, oh,
if you had to. Yeah, I feel like if you had to, like, you know, the idol's missing, like reenact an idol pickup just with some like a crew person's hand or something like that. Just to like have like that sort of shot where you can be like, who's going to play the idol at the tribal, like just so you had like that sort of like mystery moment. But yeah, that's what I would do if I had the chance to. But sometimes, yeah.
That's fine. Like, it is what it is, right? And you can't. In the moment, you're so busy with everything, but you know. But but I'm just saying, like that would be that would be like great.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and these things like definitely going to be like enhanced as well. And like I look forward to watching like Canberra Survivor evolve. I look forward to watching like Melbourne Survivor Backyard. I look forward to all these like Survivors evolving to like something that's like top tier. Like I'm talking like Maryland All Stars sort of like top tier. Like I love that season, and then being a part of something like this is really cool. But yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about Blue Trial? I think we're
not yet. I'll explain a bit. I'll explain a bit more later when we marry, kill, and
Oh yeah, true. Okay, let's go to the
Yeah.
Red Tribe. I don't think we have that many content from Red Tribe.
Yeah, there's not much about Red Tribe. Was there a bit of stuff about Laura, about like her, like not fitting in, or am I thinking something different? Because it seemed like that. It just seemed like she wasn't fitting in.
The only thing I remember is Ben mentioning, Hopo told him that he saw him on the app in Wagga Wagga.
Oh yeah. Small world, right?
That's the only thing I take away from the whole episode.
That was hilarious. Ben also has this idol clue that nobody knows about, which is pretty cool.
And he hasn't read it out yet. Did he read it out?
No. He read it out in his first confessional, in his second confessional in the first episode. Yeah.
Oh shit.
We see a little bit more like character development. You know, Ashley talking about Ben a bit, how she likes Ben, and how Ben likes Ashley, and all that fun stuff.
And then we got Tegan and Colleen talking about an alliance and going to final 2. Are we missing anything in the Red Tribe?
Yeah, there's not really much. Like, because Red Tribe, like, it was like the aftermath of Blue, then it was a challenge. Like, it was the aftermath of Blue, a little bit of fun stuff at Red, got to meet a couple of people. And then we sort of just went straight back into Blue Tribe, which is like the mess tribe. And we just sort of seen essentially the end of that and seeing how that panned out. There's not really much to talk about other than the tribal, because like the tribal was like insane. I'm still confused and I don't understand the decisions made, but I'm not them.
Are we done with? Do you think we're finished? Do you think?
Yeah.
It was pretty straightforward. Sort of not really straightforward, but it's kind of straightforward once Alex played an idol. So
I like that. Yeah. So after that, it was essentially everyone just voting out Janine. But I want to get along with that Kiss Marry Kills, because
yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
Can I start? Because last time we start, can I start with Kiss?
Yeah.
Rose.
You don't want to marry Rose? You just want to kiss Rose?
I want to kiss Rose.
Okay.
Because she put out. She literally say herself. You can't fault that. Like, she put it out at the last minute, and well done. And is maybe due to her social skills that she managed to convince 3 other boys to vote with her. So Rose.
My kiss is actually for nobody on the Blue Tribe. I'm kissing Ben this time around.
Okay.
Yeah. Just want to make Brendan jealous. I'm joking. But no. Yeah. Like he hasn't done much, but like in saying that though, like he's built connections and other people are speaking nicely about him in their confessionals. So he's not going for ages. Like ages.
Okay. Mary, who do you want to hear?
He's in that game for quite a while. Mary, clearly Rose. Yes, she like might have put a target on herself, but she already did have one. So it's like impossible for that to even happen. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, she literally saved herself at the last second, which is very hard to do.
Do I have to marry Brad again, or I have to pick a new one?
You can marry Brad again if you like.
Yeah, I feel like he's in a good position. I honestly want to see more Red Tribe, because I can't pick. There's nothing like they haven't done anything yet because they've been winning, so I can't give any points to them. It's just setting up a little story, and I don't know whether that story is enough for setting up like how good they are, I guess. Because we see like Keegan and Colleen and Ash with Ben, and then Ben with Hopper, but I don't know in what extent how close they are. So unfortunately, I have to withhold my points, like the Kiss and Marry for the Blue Tribe at the moment. But we'll see those people shine eventually.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're on a season and you want to be seen a bit more, lose on purpose. Like, go to tribal council as much as you can. Like, make sure you suck at the challenges. Like, if you want to get more onto the television or more on the YouTube, suck. Be bad at the challenge.
And don't be voted out.
And don't get voted out. Yeah, easy. That's if you want.
Kill.
So I don't want to kill Alex.
Yeah, me too. I think she.
Yeah,
But I can't.
feel like
but
like
knowing-
as much as she like saved herself, right? But here's the thing: Alex doesn't know Survivor.
yeah, that's all.
So
I
does
feel
she
like
deserve?
it's kind of
Does she
unreasonable.
deserve the kill?
No, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think.
like an
She's following the
unreasonable.
rules.
It's an unreasonable kill. It's like a manslaughter. You know, it's like
Hmm.
you're not doing it on purpose. You accidentally. It's like, oh no. But yeah, she could have like did what she did with her idol, but like just kept it.
Without knowing any Survivor, I feel like she weren't able to play perfectly, regardless. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but like that's not to her detriment though. Like I don't think she did. It's hard to say. I don't think. Maybe I could just kill the whole blue tribe, like the whole tribe, minus Rose for being the most messiest. Like, yeah, like maybe the whole blue tribe. But I also want to like, to be honest, like the boys that just followed Rose's direction. That'd be the biggest kill for me. Like the Jeremy, the Brad, the Dom, the Aston. That were just like, okay, let's just follow this. That's who I'd kill, personally. So the 4 boys.
yeah, I kind of have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Even though I just married Brad. But yes,
Yeah.
I do feel like I don't know. I can see the point of keeping Rose,
No,
but
I
I
can't.
also can see the point of keeping Janine. So it's a tough decisions, and
I
wish
don't
there's
see the
more
point in
options.
keeping Rose in this instance, especially when people know she's like super clued on. Like, and it's not like she doesn't give that away. Like she definitely gives that away that she's super clued on. However, do you want to go into like the merge as like a boy alliance? Like that's just asking for trouble. Like
I know. I feel like she can. If she's someone you can work with, absolutely. Like she's your shield, right?
Yeah.
But like it just depends how much you trust her and how much she trusts you, because she's only your shield if she works with you. If she doesn't, then there's no shield basically. Because you need her vote together. And I'm not sure whether the swap is coming next week. This week.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I want to see you swap that early. But
Yeah.
it would be nice to see some retro going to tribal.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to like click on to what Matt said here.
Sorry, I'm trying to put up that my computer.
It's
okay. Jeremy and Dom. Matt said Jeremy and Dom got votes previous round. Jeremy nearly went home because he's going to vote for any name other than he's in that situation.
I sort of disagree. Like he knew that there was 2 different names.
Yeah, his name wasn't in it. Sorry. I mean.
Yeah. Like when you get to the point of like knowing 2 different names, you're pretty good. Like you're pretty good in that situation. And especially if one of the names is now saying a different name to you in the middle of tribal council, like that just seems desperate to me. But in saying that though, this is also edited. So it's edited for us to watch. So and for us to like take on the edit. So like based via the edit, I disagree with that. I would say that you still go with plan B, considering that's a plan that you and multiple
Yeah,
people
that was
chose.
the plan being talked about. So what changed last minute? That's because you always go in with A and B, and if A doesn't work, you have to go for B. And what's the action? So clearly, plan B isn't Janine.
Yeah, Plan B is clearly Rose in this instance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I disagree with that. But I know everyone has their own opinion. Nobody's wrong in Survivor.
Doesn't really matter because at the end of the day,
the end of the day, Janine went home. Yeah. But yeah, I think everyone has a valid opinion, and regardless of who thinks what's right and who's wrong, nobody is right and nobody is wrong.
I think it's also because we have to base on the edit. We're not there in person. So obviously there will be a sort of like a perspective would be a little bit different if we'd have been there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Not really. I guess thank you for watching. This is like probably the quickest one we've ever done.
Yeah, that's
out of
good.
it, but
I don't think anyone wants to
we're
hear
okay
us
on it.
ramble for an hour.
But yeah,
Unless you want to do another charades.
I'm good.
No. But I really love Janine Shade's Dom's Sea Lion. I wasn't expecting that.
I think everyone's gonna like have a go at Dom for his sea line
Oh,
when they
that
come on
be
and
a
say,
trend? Someone just
"Yeah, I want that to be a trend."
it.
Yeah, can somebody make a GIF of Dom being a sea lion? That's what I want. All right. I guess we should wrap up. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you. Hopefully next week. I will be on Wednesday because I have things lining up on Thursday and Friday. So we'll be on Wednesday, hopefully.
We will see you soon, though. Thank you.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.